Hello everyone, how are you today? This is lesson 34 and unit 11. The title is Tell Me About It. Well, when you say tell me about it, well, actually it can mean two things. One thing is you really want to know. So, tell me about it. I want to know more. Or the other meaning is, yes, right. Well, you are right. Well, I totally agree to you. Then, yeah, tell me about it. 그러게 말이야. 이런 뜻으로 쓸 수 있죠. 두 가지 뜻으로 쓰이는데요. 여기에서는 그 두 가지 다 어떤 double meanings, I guess. The title, tell me about it. 그러니까 뭐 말해봐 또는 그러게 말이야. 두 가지의 double meaning으로서 여기에 쓰인 것 같아요. In this unit, the grammar points we're going to look at is indirect questions. And indirect questions plus question tags. Well, tag question or question tag. 뭐 괜찮아요. 둘 다 말해도. Tag is something kind of like piece of paper or a piece of cloth, a small piece, like hanging somewhere. Like when you buy clothes, well, there is a tag and it says, well, the price and like sometimes well, inside your clothes, like when you buy a jacket, the inside, lining. Well, I explained what lining is before, right? Lining. Lining 저번에 제가 Every cloud has a silver lining. 이거 기억나시죠? 네, 그 구름 뒤에서 이렇게 햇빛 쫙 서광 비치는 거. 그래서 그때 lining을 얘기했었는데요. So in lining, well, you can see this small tag. And it says like, oh, you shouldn't wash this, or like, it's made up with like polyester or cotton, like wool 100%, something like that. So tag is something you attach. 끝에 붙이는 걸 tag라고 하는 거죠. So question tag or tag question, 이렇게 뒤에 꼬랑지 붙는 question들 이런 거 같이 해보겠어요. 근데 먼저 그 test your grammar section number 1. Well, all of these statements are correct. Why is there no does in sentences? In sentences 2 and 3. Well, does라고 하는 것이 여기서 그 뭐뭐 했냐? 뭐뭐입니까? 이렇게 물어볼 때 의문문을 만들기 위해서 사용되는 조동사 does인 거예요. 물론 일반 동사로 do가 쓰이면 하다라는 의미죠. As in do your homework. 이런 케이스에서는 do가 일반 동사 하다라는 뜻으로 쓰이지만 well, do you work for EBS? 너 EBS에서 일하냐? 이렇게 물어보면 거기서 앞에 있는 do는 하다라는 뜻이 아니고 의문문을 만들기 위해서 앞에 집어넣은 의문사가 되는 거죠. 그래서 이 퀘스천에서는 does, 즉 왜 이 조동사로 쓰이는 does가 여기 없느냐라고 묻는 내용인 거예요. So, number 1, where does she live? Where does she live? Well, we can see does here, and it's, yes, obviously it's a question. 어디 삽니까? Well, the intonation should go up at the end, right? Because it's a question. Where does she live? Like this. And number 2, I know where she lives. Well, here, can you find does here? Well, there's no does. 조동사 does 없죠. 그냥 where she lives. Well, this kind of thing is indirect question. 간접 의문문이라고 하는 거죠. Number 1 같은 경우에는 직접적으로 물어보니까 직접 의문문, direct question, and the second one is called indirect question. So, I know where she lives. Well, in direct question case, the word order is the same as statement. In here, where, or like what, who, how, why, where, 이런 것들을 한국말로는 이제 의문사라고 하죠. 의문사. In English, it's called interrogative. 그 의문사를 넣고 interrogative, subject, and verb. Well, just like a statement, word order. 그러니까 그냥 평서문의 word order, 그 단어 순서대로 가는 것이 바로 indirect question인 거죠. So here I know where she, subject, lives, 동사 이렇게 나가는 거죠. 어디에 살고 있는지를 알고 있습니다. And the intonation should go down because it is a fact and a statement. So, I know where she lives. Not where she lives. No. And number 3, can you tell me where she lives? Well, here, this one, it's also a question. Well, there is question mark at the end, so it's a question. So, the the intonation? Well, you should raise your voice at the end of this sentence. Like, can you tell me where she lives? Like this. 어디 사는지 말해줄래? 이런 얘기죠. 어디 사는지를 indirect question이기 때문에 where, interrogative plus subject and verb. The same word order as a statement. question에 만들 때 쓰는 word order대로 안 갔다 이 얘기죠. 그러면 왜 does가 안 쓰였으니까 in number 2 and number 3? Well, the reason why is because these two sentences are indirect questions. And indirect questions, you don't use does. It just has the same word order as a statement. That's why. 그러니까 없다. 왜냐하면 간접 의문문이니까. 이게 정답이 되겠죠? 자, 그러면 일단 우리가 요번 1번을 풀어봤는데요. Before we start studying page 82, well, let me briefly summarize the grammar points about indirect questions. First, like there is direct question. 그냥 직접 물어보는 게 있죠. 그리고 이렇게 있죠. Direct question 하면 먼저 a question with interrogative. 의문사가 있는 게 있고 없는 게 있죠. 그럼 있는 것부터 한번 해볼게요. 있는 것부터. 이렇게. 어디서 태어났냐? 여기 의문사가 있죠? 의문사가 없는 경우 같은 거 뭐가 있을 수 있냐? 이렇게 딱. 주디가 파티에 오느냐? 이렇게 물어봤을 때 there is no interrogative. It just has this form. Is Judy coming? 이렇게 올 수도 있죠. 또는 조동사로 시작할 수도 있죠. 그런 경우에 이런 거. Can you speak French? In these cases, you just directly ask about what you want to know. But if these questions become indirect question, 먼저 이것 같은 경우에는 interrogative, subject, verb 이 순서로 가야 되는 거죠. 자, 그러면 어떻게 될까요? 여기다가 뭘 넣겠냐면은 그냥 이걸로 한번 가볼게요. 나한테 말해줄래요? 이걸로 가볼게요. Would you tell me? 하고 this part should come here, right? Then where 주어 you 이렇게 되는 거죠. 여기는 어디서 태어났는지이지만 너 말해줄 수 있느냐 이렇게 물어보는 거니까 결국에는 question mark가 있어야겠고요. 자, 그 다음에 요거. Is Judy coming to the party? But do you know 그녀가 오는지? 이렇게 하고 싶다. 그러면 하고서 indirect question 와야 되는데 이 케이스, 이 위에 있는 케이스 같은 경우에는 there is interrogative. But here there is no interrogative. Then what should we do here? Well, we use if. If 주디가 오는지 안 오는지를 그러면 이런 케이스 같은 경우에 주디가 오는지 너 알아? 내지는 주디가 오는지 안 오는지 너 알아? 이렇게 할 수 있죠. Then you can put or not at the end. It's kind of optional. So, do you know if Judy is coming to the party or not? 이렇게 할 수 있죠. 아니면 or not 없이도 말할 수 있어요. Okay, next one. Can he speak French? Then here, 난 모르겠다로 해볼게요. I have no idea. 난 전혀 모르겠어. 그가 말을 할 수 있는지 없는지를. Then, in this case, also there is no interrogative like this. This one is two questions. So, in this case, well, yes, like this, we can put if or whether. 여기 if 한번 썼으니까요. 여기는 whether로 갈게요. Whether he, 그 다음에 speak French. 이렇게. 그러면 여기서도 whether인지 아닌지 하면 여기다가 or not. Well, this is optional. But sometimes you can put or not here. 이렇게 넣을 수도 있어요. 그래서 I have no idea whether or not he can speak French. 이렇게 할 수도 있어요. 그런데 여기에 그러면 이거는 or not이 여기도 가고 it's possible that you can put or not at the end of sentence or right after whether. But how about this one? If. In this case, you can put this or not at the end of the sentence, but not right after if. if 뒤엔 쓰지 않아요. 그러니까 이 차이를 알아두세요. 이 차이, if는 끝에 or not을 써도 되지만 가운데 여기 if or not 이런 말 안 쓴다. whether는 whether or not 또는 whether blah 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 or not 가능하다. 이 정도요. Okay. So I just briefly summarized some grammar points about indirect questions. And now in test your grammar section, let's move on to number 2. Choose the correct question tag. Well, here, we just checked indirect questions. And the second grammar point we're going to see today is a question tag or tag question. In the picture, there are 2 ducks. And they are quite lovely. And the duck says, oh, it's a beautiful day, isn't it? Because it's raining. Well, it's really happy thing for ducks, I guess. Okay, number 1. It's a beautiful day. Then if you want to make this sentence to tag question or question tag, what should you put at the end of the sentence? Well, when you make a tag question, if the sentence is affirmative, like 긍정, affirmative, then you should put something negative. Negative form이 뒤에 와야 되죠. If the sentence is negative, then you should put affirmative form at the end, right? 자, 그러면요, it's a beautiful day. What is it? It's affirmative. 긍정이죠. 그러니까 부정으로 오면 되죠. And plus, the subject is it. 그러니까 it으로 시작하면서, 즉 끝에 파트가 it이 들어가는 그 놈을 골라주면 되겠죠. 그러면 negative이면서 주어 it이 들어가는 case. The second one. So it's a beautiful day, isn't it? 이렇게 되는 거죠. The second one, you like learning English. Oh, well, that's good news. You like learning English, and because it's affirmative, negative form, don't you? 그죠? Number 3, you've been to Australia. 오스트랄리아에 가본 적 있지? 이렇게 되는 거죠. 그런데 여기서는 you have 이렇게 나왔으니까 조동사 have인 거죠. have pp에 have가 조동사로 쓰인 거잖아요. 가지다의 뜻으로 쓰인 게 아니죠. 그러면 at the end as a tag haven't you 이렇게 돼야 되죠. Because it's affirmative, it should be negative, and plus this modal verb is used like have is used here as a modal verb. Then the modal verb have should come at the end as a tag. So, haven't you? 이렇게 가야 되죠? You've been to Australia, haven't you? Number 4, Henry didn't say that. Henry is not Helly, it's Henry, right? Henry didn't say that. Did he? Like this. Because it's negative, it should go with affirmative form. Okay, so we just checked question tags here too. Well, now I will say something that's related to these 2 grammar points at the same time. Intonation. 이게 억양이요. 둘 다. 첫 번째 거에 보면은 indirect question. In that case, if it's a question, like if it's a genuine question, then you should go up. Like your voice should go up at the end of a sentence. And if it's just a simple statement, 그냥 진술, 평서문, then in that case, you should you should go down. 내려줘야 되죠. Your intonation should fall down at the end of a sentence. And as for a question tag, it's the same. If you are really like eager to know about something, you really want to know, it's a real genuine question, because you don't know, you want to know, then you raise your voice at the end of the sentence. For example, number 2, you like learning English, don't you? Like this. Then you are not pretty sure, but you kind of want to know. So Do you like learning English? Well, something like that. So, you like learning English, don't you? Well, so you kind of ask. But the question is a bit different form. Just 그냥 좋아하시죠? 이렇게 물어보는 거죠. But if it's just making sure, like you are very sure, but you want to confirm, you want to reassure this fact again, then you fall down at the end. Your voice falls down. Like, you like learning English, don't you? 너 좋아하잖아. 그치? 너 왜 그래? 공부 열심히 하기로 했잖아. 너 좋아하잖아. 이렇게 말할 때는 밑으로 쭉 내려가야 되는 거죠. 그러니까 어떤 느낌을 살려주면서 해줘야 되겠어요. Well, this kind of thing, like intonation thing, like, oh, it's a beautiful day, isn't it? Well, isn't it? Well, this kind of thing, you kind of should practice a lot. So I recommend you use these tag questions in your daily life conversations so that you can just make sentences like this spontaneously in daily life conversation. 그냥 생각하지 않고도 그냥 느낌으로 그냥 팍팍팍 나올 수 있게 많이 연습하세요. Okay, now page 82, here number 1. The first day of vacation, indirect questions number 1. Okay, Flavia has just checked into her hotel in Toronto. Look at the information she wants, then listen to conversation, complete her sentences. Well, according to this question, the problem here is we should listen to this recording, and according to what we hear, we should make these indirect questions about what she wants to know. 그러니까 그녀가 뭘 알고 싶어 하는지를 그냥 뭐뭐예요? 이렇게 directly asking 하는 게 아니고 돌려서 뭐뭐를 알고 싶어 합니다. 언제 뭐뭐인지를 아나요? 이렇게 indirect question form으로 만들어줘야 되겠어요? 자, 그러면 first, we should listen to the conversation. Okay, let's listen to it.
Hi, I've just checked in and I wonder if you could help me.
I'll be happy to try.
Well, first, I'm not sure if we're near the CN Tower.
The CN Tower? It's very close. It's only about a 10-minute walk.
Oh, good. Can you tell me if there are any good restaurants nearby?
Lots. One good one is the Cafe Giovanni. It's casual, but they have very good food and live music in the evenings.
Sounds wonderful. Oh, and I need to cash some traveler's checks, but I don't know when the banks are open.
Most banks are open from 8:30 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. on weekdays, but some have extended hours.
Thank you very much. Oh, I'm sorry, but I can't remember which restaurant you suggested.
The Cafe Giovanni.
Cafe Giovanni. Got it. Thanks for your help.
My pleasure.
Okay, so in this conversation, she asked many questions, like several questions. Well, do you remember what questions were? Okay, here, first, number 1, she wants to know, like, could you help me? Well, it's a direct question. Well, we should make it into indirect question. Well, here, the word given here is, I wonder if. In that case, I wonder if you could help me. 이렇게 들어가는 거죠. Well, could you help me? But I wonder if you could help me. Because there is no interrogative. 의문사 없죠. 그러니까 instead of 의문사, you put if here. Okay? Well, of course, weather is okay too. Okay, number 2. Are we near the CN Tower? 자, 여기서 여기 근처냐? 물어보고 싶은데 이제 she's not pretty sure. So what she says is I'm not sure blank near the CN Tower. Then in this case, what would you use? If or whether? Well, both are okay. Well, here I'm not sure if we are or we're. So I'm not sure if we're near the CN Tower. So, are we near there? Are we near CN Tower? Okay, number 3, are there any good restaurants nearby? Well, nearby, that means near here, right? Well, she says, can you tell me? Then the word order should be the same as like statement. So a subject and verb. In this case, also, this sentence doesn't have interrogative, so you put if here. So, can you tell me if, 그 다음에 word order, 형사문의 순서로 가자. If there are. 이렇게 되는 거죠? It's a bit long. Number 4. When do the banks open? Well, 언제 문을 여니냐 이건데요. I don't know. Well, she doesn't know when. Well, interrogative. When and the verb. No, the subject here. The banks and the verb open. So you can say I don't know when the banks open. Number 5, which restaurant did you suggest? Well, here she says, I'm sorry, but I can't remember which restaurant, blah, blah, blah. So this guy already suggested, recommended some good restaurant, but she forgot the name of the restaurant. So she says, I can't remember which restaurant you suggested. 이렇게 되겠죠? 네가 suggest 해준 것. Well, this is indirect question, so subject, verb 이런 순서로 가는 거죠. 그리고 여기서는 which restaurant 요 파트가 interrogative 의문사 파트가 되겠어요. 그래서 어느 것 주어 동사 이렇게 가는 거죠. 그런데 이 케이스에서는 because this guy recommended this restaurant before actual this conversation, so you can put earlier here. 그러니까 아까 소개시켜주는 레스토랑 이름 잘 모르겠는데 뭐죠? 아까 말씀하신 거 아까 이럴 케이스에는 you suggested the restaurant you suggested earlier 이렇게 말할 수 있습니다. Okay, now this time page 83 number 3. Let's move on to number 3. And the question says, here is some more information. Well, we just listened and checked some information, but this time there's more information that she wants to know and use the prompt to ask indirect questions. Like prompt, right? Prompt means what's just given to you. Well, you can use these things to make new things. 그러니까 뭐 주어진 것 아니면 뭐 도구 뭐 이 정도가 되겠어요. 그래서 there are some words in parentheses. 괄호 안에 들어져 있는 말들 있죠? 이런 것을 prompt라고 하면 되겠습니다. 자, 그러면 그걸 use해서 using these prompts in parentheses, we should make indirect questions. Number 1, the direct question is when was Toronto founded? Well, here I wonder when, because there's interrogative when, and then subject, verb. 이 순서로 가면 되는 거죠. 그래서 I wonder when It's okay. Let me write the answers here. Number 1, I wonder. Well, that means I want to know when Toronto. Well, you can say Toronto or Toronto. Both are okay. Toronto was founded. 언제 도시로서 설립이 되었느냐 이거 물어보는 거죠. Okay, next question. What's the population of the city? Well, population. Population is the number of how many people are living in certain area. So 인구 수 정도가 되죠. But when you think of 인구 수, like 인구, then you kind of think, when you ask about population, maybe how many population? But population, you don't use like how many or how much. Just what is the population? 이렇게 물어요. 왜냐하면 population itself, it means the number of people. 그 숫자라는 게 이미 들어가 있는 상태거든요. 그 개념 자체가. 그래서 그냥 what으로 물어봐요. How many? 이렇게 안 물어요. 자, 그러면 what's the population of the city? And the prompts given in these parentheses is do you know? And then in that case, 너는 아느냐? 하고 indirect question, what이 먼저 나오죠. population이 얼마냐 이렇게 물어봐야 되니까 what 나오고 그 다음에 주어 동사 이렇게 나오면 되죠. 주어 동사 what the population of the city 이렇게 되겠죠. 자, on number 3 where can I exchange some money? 어디서 돈을 환전할 수 있습니까? The prompts given in this parenthesis, I'd like to know. 어디서? 알고 싶다. 이거죠? I'd like to know. I'd like to know or I want to know. Here, where can I exchange some money? Where? Interrogative comes first and then subject, where, I, and then verb. I can exchange some money. No, well, this is just a statement because it just says I'd like to. 알고 싶다. 이렇게 했으니까 그냥 statement죠. 자, number 4, what's the exchange rate today? 환전 비율을 말하는 거죠. 그게 얼마냐? 이제 이렇게 되는 건데요. The prompt, do you happen to know? Well, here, do you happen to know? Well, here happen to 어쩌다 보니 뭐뭐 하다 이런 뜻이에요. 어쩌다 보니 뭐뭐 하다. So, okay, here example. Well, question or statement. If you use this expression like happen to in question form, like do you happen to know where the bank is? 은행이 어디 있는지 혹시 아세요? 이럴 때 do you happen to know? 어쩌다 보니 알게 되셨어요? So, I'm not sure if you know it or not, but by any chance, do you know? 이렇게 물어볼 때, 그럴 때 happen to를 써요. So, do you happen to know? 혹시 아시나요? 이런 뜻으로 써. 그리고 여기서는 이제 바로 이 케이스가 바로 그 케이스죠. 그런데 if you use this in as a statement, like I happen to blah blah blah. I happened to witness the accident. 그 사고를 어쩌다 보니 목격하게 됐어요. Well, I didn't mean to stand there and watch what was going on, but somehow, just I realized I was standing there, and somehow it happened, and I just happened to know. I just happened to witness. 그냥 광경을 보게 됐어요. 보려고 한 게 아니고요. 어쩌다 보니 그렇게 됐어요. 이런 표현. I didn't mean to. 하려고 한 게 아니고. 그럴 때에도 happen to 쓸 수 있어요. Okay, in this case, just question case, right? Well, do you happen to know, by any chance, do you know, blah, blah, blah. So what's the exchange rate today? 자, 오늘 환율이 얼마입니까? 환율이 얼마인지 혹시 아시나요? 들어가야 되죠? 자, interrogative와 이렇게 나오겠죠. 그리고 주어. 여기서의 주어는 환율. 이렇게 되는 거죠? 환율. 이렇게 되죠. The exchange rate, subject, is verb. Okay? Okay, next one. Number 5. Is there a post office? 자, 우체국이죠? Is there a post office nearby or near here? And the expression we should use is, could you tell me? Okay, could you tell me? And then the interrogative here. Well, there is no interrogative. 의문사가 없죠. 그러면 in that case, we should use either if or whether. 자, if로 그냥 가볼게요. if 쓰고 주어 동사 subject and verb. Well, if 쓰면 여기서 주어 어떻게 하냐? 일단은요. 이렇게 가요. 그러니까 그냥 이 생각 같아서는 아니 주어 동사라고 하지 않았습니까? If post office is there 이렇게 해야 되지 않나요? 그런데요 이 뒤에는 그 말 그대로 word order이긴 한데 평서문과 똑같은 word order로 가요. 그러면 평서문 할 때 포스트 오피스가 있습니다 라고 말할 때 there is a post office there 이렇게 얘기하죠. 즉 여기다가 잠깐 쓸게요. 이 표현은 거기에 라고 해석하지 않죠. 그냥 뭐가 있다라고 말할 때 그냥 이걸 쓰잖아요. 이런 구문이 있다 이러면서 문법 시간에 많이 배웠죠. There is a book. 그러면 거기에 책이 있습니다. 이렇게 하지 않고 책이 있습니다. 해서 this part is not translated, right? So there is a book there. 이렇게 한다든가 there is a book on the desk. 뭐 책상 위에 있다. 이런 식으로 얘기를 하잖아요. 그래서 보통 이 앞부분은 원래는 이게 유도부사라고 하죠. 유도부사. 이렇게 되면요. 사실 주어는 이거죠. 책이 있습니다. 거기에. 그런데 원래는 a book is there. 이렇게 해야 되는 게 맞는 건데 이상하단 말이죠. 이상하죠. It feels awkward. So there comes out at front. And this is called 유도부사. 주어 아니에요. 어떤 사람이 이게 주어라고 생각하더라고요. 아니에요. 그런데 이제 more comfortable, more natural 하기 위해서 앞으로 빼는 거예요. So in this case, it's the same. more natural 한 거를 추구하기 위해서 그냥 there 앞에다 쓰시면 되겠어요. 자, 그러면 if there's a post office near here 이렇게 되겠죠? If there's a post office near here 이렇게. 그러니까 평서문 그대로 순서대로 간다. 자, 그 다음에 number 6 보도록 할게요. Where is there a good place to buy souvenirs? Okay, souvenir. What is souvenir? Well, souvenir is something or some product that you buy or you keep to remember what happened. Or remind you of some place or a holiday or some event. 그럼 기념품 되겠죠. Do you have any idea? 이거나 거의 느낌은 똑같죠. Do you happen to know? Or do you have any idea? Any. That means like, I'm not sure if you have idea or not, but do you have any idea? Do you happen to know? 이렇게 물어보는 그런 이미지가 강한 거죠. So, do you have any idea? And where? Interrogative. And 그 평서문 이렇게 와주면 되겠죠. 평서문 하면 원래 이 original question에서 그거를 question form 말고 statement form이었다고 생각을 하면요. There is a good place to buy souvenirs. 수브니를 살 만한 좋은 곳이 있어요. 이거죠. 그런데 there is a good place to buy souvenirs over there. 저쪽에 있어요. 그런데 그 over there를 우리가 몰라서 앞으로 빼서 where를 넣은 거잖아요. Well, in that case, you just say where 이렇게. 여기 보면 where, there 약간 이상하지 않아? 아니에요. 맞아요. 아까 방금 설명했듯이 여기서처럼 이것처럼 네, 그대로 가주면 되는 거예요. 그러니까 뭐뭐가 있다라고 표현할 때는 유도부사 there가 나옴으로써 문장을 만든다. 그 유도부사가 나오는 부분이 그냥 indirect question 만들 때에도 그대로 평서문 쓸 때에도 그대로 그렇게 가잖아요. 그러니까 그것도 그대로 오면 된다. 이렇게 생각해 주시면 돼요. 이상하게 느낄 필요가 없는 거예요. Okay, so today we did indirect questions and question tags. 두 가지 grammar points 다뤄봤는데요. Well, I hope you review these grammar points and practice a lot. Okay? Then have a good day. See you next time. Bye bye.